Another 8.
Alright, look. What is that?
Hold the phone. Somebody please tell me what the heck is on Kamala's neck. I know y'all saw that. What?
Do you remember there was a
these advanced beings who are called gods in different religions were just highly advanced beings in the past. And in the past, these people who are saying them call them gods. I mean, who knows what our DNA is capable of? So these humans want what these highly intelligent beings have. So they invaded and took advantage of the peace that we had, aka Native Americans, Africans, Egyptians, all that. Same thing that they did to the Nabi people in the movie. So much bad, sad, negative things happening on this planet to where it can't even be its full potential because it's trying to clean itself up. Prime example, while we're alive, we take so much resources from the earth. And then when we die, we put ourselves in coffins, unaccess to the earth or the soil. In the movie Avatar, they literally bury their bodies to give back to the earth, but we don't even do that. Let's really try to understand what this movie meant and what we're capable of. Always stay dangerous.
Let's talk about how these gangster rappers come up in the game. These niggas got going in the studio with their shirt off and dance around Birdman. Look at this nigga rubbing his hands like, yeah, you the next one, playboy. Hey, you know what this nigga had to do, bruh. Hey, he came up, but hey, don't forget, NLE Chopper.
But they found right in Arabia, there's Mount Sinai. It's still burned. The top of it is still black. Men plus women, plus children. Probably 2 million people. How long is it going to take to water 2 million people with that little trickle? 20, 30 years? Some say a little bit better. No, here's actually the rock. That giant rock is 5 stories tall, 50 feet tall. That split in half and water came pouring out of both sides. It says in Exodus 17, then came Amalek and fought with Israel. Because out in the desert, water is worth more than gold. So when the Jews have a bunch of water, the Amalekites say, we want it, that's ours, come steal it from them.
Be careful on TikTok. Now hear me out. This is a thought I've been getting as of recently. As you guys know, my name is 21-year-old woke Russian, and I'm trying to be a content creator. I'm trying to create good content for you guys. So I spend time on TikTok trying to find trending sounds, trying to study, algorithm or other content creators' pages and stuff. But obviously we're all victim to it. We all end up endlessly scrolling on TikTok, and all of a sudden time just flies by. That's why I think it's called TikTok. TikTok, because you end up looking at the time and it's been like 2 hours and you've been on TikTok and you're like, what the fuck? So hear me out. I just say be careful is because as of lately, I feel like the trend of obviously TikTok is exponentious, if that's even a word. It's going up, 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 and this is the hottest thing right now. It's been the hottest thing, and we understand that 15-second to 30-second videos is what it is. You all like watching 15 to 30-second videos. You might not even end up watching this whole video because you're going to just synchronistically scroll out of it. So our brains are getting rewired to watch 15 to 30-second content every single day. And all of a sudden, what I'm starting to realize, and I don't know if this is just common sense, and social media is obviously linked to our, mental and our brain status, but it feels like I just can't get my thoughts under control. I feel like I get a thought and I instantly switch to another thought. And I don't have any form of ADHD, ADD, none of that. I am, normal diagnosed person with no mental health problems. And I just feel like as of lately, I just can't sit on one thought. It just goes like this, like this, like this, like this, and it's getting hard to sleep, and it just really sucks. And I'm just really wondering if TikTok is the enemy for doing this to me. So I'm gonna limit my time on TikTok. I'm just gonna make content, get out of this app, come back, and then respond to people's comments and then make some more content. But let me know in the comments if you've experienced this, or maybe I'm just tripping and I'm just out here wearing a tinfoil hat type shit. But this is what I've been experiencing. Let me know in the comments if you feel the same, or what are your thoughts on TikTok. And also just be careful on this app because you can endlessly scroll for hours and hours and hours and not realize it. So follow me for more. I post about crypto, my entrepreneurial journey. I post about prepper stuff. I just post a whole bunch of stuff. So don't miss out.
Did you know? Back in 2020, a scientist actually created a device that could take pictures of interdimensional beings. Daniel Nemes, a scientist inventor that's always been intrigued by science and astronomy. Daniel has claimed that he's been in possession of a device that captures and records interdimensional beings. His interest in interdimensional matter started from reading articles and doing research on dark matter. And later on, his obsession led him to create a device that could actually capture these entities in photo. Though Nemes was aware of ultraviolet, infrared, and black light, his fascination drove him to needing more. He calls this technology energy vision. Can you imagine what a big company like NASA would do to have their hands on such technology? It has been said that his work has been silenced numerous times by the media. What do you think? Crazy, huh? Did you know that the Incredible Hulk was actually inspired by Samson the Giant? I know these guys don't look too similar, but you'd be surprised how similar they actually are. Now, Samson was a Nazarite. He had to take a very serious oath, and he was gifted miraculous strength. But much like the Hulk, people were after his amazing power. He was able to kill his opposition at ease. He even killed a giant lion with his bare hands once, all because the gifts from God. Though legend has it that he drew his power from his uncut hair, because what it said is that he fell in love with a woman. She did him wrong and cut his hair while he was sleeping. Then he was grabbed, chained up, without power, and beaten. His last heroic act was to sacrifice himself for the wickedness of all of us. Now, the Incredible Hulk story is obviously very different than Samson's. He was a gamma radiation scientist that had a nasty accident, became this big green guy. and he's able to throw gods around at will like Loki, or even Thor on a good day. Also, he was even able to wield the Infinity Gauntlet. But much like Samson, the Hulk's main weakness in the Avengers film is Black Widow. It's love. Able to calm him down with a single touch. And that's what happened to Samson. He was taken down by love. What do you know? What do you think? Do you think the Incredible Hulk was loosely based off Samson the Giant? Let me know in the comments. Chris Benoit. Did he really kill his family? Many people know the story that he murdered his wife and kids and then committed suicide afterwards. But there's quite a few loose ends that I need tied up before I can mark it down as solved. Our first loose end. Chavo Guevara Jr. He was a close friend of Chris Benoit, and he told WWE Magazine that he talked with Chris for hours the Friday before the incident. But about 45 minutes into the conversation, Chris told him that there was somebody knocking at his door, and he was going to see who it was. Shortly after Chris answered the door, there was a scuffle, then his house phone line went dead. He could only be answered at his cell phone about 3 hours after that altercation. Number 2, after Chavo reached Chris on his cell phone, he said that Chris sounded very odd, groggy and tired. He said that Chris told him, "I love you, Chavo," which sounded very forced. The WWE also said that when Chris called in and told him that Nancy and Daniel were sick, he did not sound like himself. He sounded groggy. Chris then said, "I love you," which they say was out of context because he usually didn't say stuff like this. Number 3, Chris Benoit's cell phone goes missing. The police cannot find his cell phone or the needles they say Chris used to inject himself with the steroids shortly before his death. The police have turned his cell phone off apparently. Number 4, Chris was not hanging from the weight machine. He was actually laying on the floor underneath the machine. Another officer said that Benoit was slumped over against it. Number 5, there's actually a white cloth wrapped around his neck. If he was so suicidal, why did he care if his neck was bruised? Number 6, the medical examiner said that Chris Benoit died on a Saturday, but the text was sent on a Sunday. So Chris was already dead? Who sent the text message? And it's noted that no one talked to Chris on Sunday. Number 7, the steroids found at his house, or the ones in his body. Number 8, if he murdered his family, then why do you need to text people? Think about it. Everyone was dead. No one would hear him talking, so why text? Number 9, Chris sent Chavo a text message telling him his address. Why would he do this? Chavo literally spent the weekend with him before. He knew exactly where Chris lived. Number 10, Chris's body was badly decomposing, the same as Nancy's. This shows he died sooner than Sunday, you'd think. Number 11, Chavo said that Chris Benoit seemed worried about something. They said he tried, but he couldn't get him to open up about why. Number 12, there were 10 empty beer cans and an empty bottle of wine besides Chris's body, but he tested negative for alcohol. Number 13, toxicology confirmed that Chris had hydrocodone and Xanax. These 2 drugs combined will sedate Chris and make him very sleepy, so he couldn't have fought back even if he wanted to. Number 14, Chris used to take alternative routes home from work leading up to the last couple weeks before his death because he thought someone was following him. And number 15, the police kept changing on their reports where they found Nancy's body 3 times.
So I heard on here that if you put trigger warning on your videos, then they can't get taken down, no matter what you say. Trigger warning is Late Night Conspiracies with Macaroni General. So I'm sure by now we all know prisons are just modern day plantations. This filter, it gives and it asks for nothing in return. But you a slave too. Don't get mad, I'm one too. I'm gonna explain why. Because really in the United States, there's in the jail slaves and there's out the jail slaves. And out the jail slaves are me and you who have to go to work. And if we don't work, then we can't pay our bills. And we could become homeless, which is a crime in some states. And then we'll become in the jail slaves. And you're probably laying down in your bed like, well, I'm out the jail, I'm not a slave. And I'm just over here like, that's just slavery with extra steps. And if you still think you're not a slave, check out this iconic symbol of freedom. And then we team Umizoomi to the feet. What are those? Those are chains. She's chained down.
What do y'all think?
Now, this is the one because I lived in Chicago for a few years. And when I was in Chicago and I would mention Obama and Michelle, some of the older people that's around their age or older, they always say, oh, yeah, we know about Michael. That ain't no secret around here. Yeah, we know Michael is a he, or we knew that was Michael before. Oh, yeah, his mama got him changed over when he was young. So it's like, it's no secret to some people. And they say that they did this when he was young. So I've seen the media try to put out pictures of Michelle when she was younger. Now, one thing about it, two things for sure. For all y'all about to talk about the sisters, I am an Asiatic woman. I am a sister, and I protect us. However, I don't know. When I was in Chicago, this is just what the people said. I don't know. I'm trying to find out like y'all.
CIA documents on pain relief. If you're in pain, you might want to watch this. So I found some really interesting CIA documents. So what they're saying here is for you to focus on the part of your body that's in pain with your mind's eye, being your third eye. Then they go on to say for you to repeat the numbers 55515 until the pain is no longer in your awareness. And what's really crazy in these CIA documents, these daily tools, it says for use in your physical waking life. Waking life, like we are here to awaken. And here it is all along. CIA knows this. Of course, that's why these things have been kept secret, because they don't want us to know how to use this physical body properly. I mean, it's crazy how much stuff they know about the human body, but they are not willing to tell the public for very specific reasons. I mean, look, how to remember, how to reduce pain signals, how to reduce emotional charge, how to charge the body for great speed and strength. Here, pause and read. So if you're in pain, focus on the part of the body that's in pain with your mind's eye, your third eye. Repeat the numbers 55515 in your head until the pain is no longer in your awareness.